Yeah. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I know you guys have been joining from different locations, and I was happy to be part of this entire connected communities, and I was really appreciate all the effort which has been done by the MuleSoft communities team. Today's my topic would be build magical customer experience with Data Cloud, and you could scan this QR code, which can directly route them to the LinkedIn. And myself, Anindra, I'm based out in Singapore, and I'm a Salesforce MVP, and I'm a two-time Salesforce marketing champion. I recently started my small boutique CRM consulting company, which is partnering with Salesforce and other partners. I'm a founder and CEO at Value Hub. I'm a community group leader in Singapore for Trailblazer Marketers, as well as Slack community group leader, and I'm an enterprise SaaS cloud solutions architect. And I'm level one Salesforce CTA certified. And a global, I'm a seventh most person to have been more number of certifications in Salesforce. I'm a MuleSoft industry GTM champion as well. And you could follow me on Twitter at Argachatta, and you could follow me on LinkedIn with Fanindra Argachatta. So today, I'd love to go with some cool agenda. I'm sure I'm not going to get bored of this session for the next 20 minutes. You'll see some amazing things, which is going to be talked about on Data Cloud. We'll go with Data Cloud and how it can be beneficial for marketers, analytics team, and how it can be benefit for the open and extensible developers who are sitting in AWS, who are sitting in Snowflake, and who are sitting in Databricks. And we'll see how we could leverage Data Cloud in analytics as well. And we'll talk about some use cases and any Q&A. You could just pose the Q&A questions in the chat. So I'm happy to help you out after the session. Data. So everywhere, every time, we're only talking about data, data always data, right? So business needs to more or less with the data. They always play with the data. I had a privilege as an MVP that I've been able to talk to all the trailblazers across my day-to-day job. All the trailblazers have coming with a lot of questions where funny, my team, my company is asking about, how we could save the time, how we could feed up some resources with modern data unification solutions. And the same question asking about how I could reduce some costs to bring some automations, and how I could increase my productivity of the company using automation processes. So with all these kind of concepts where, we go everywhere in terms of as a customer or as a person. I'm a person who travel a lot. I travel to Australia, I travel to Japan. When I travel to Japan, so I do all my bookings in bookings.com, and I use all my footwear in Northern Outfit trial, which I'm going to book everywhere. Everything is data. When you do any single small thing, it's a pure data that you never see the data in the next 2 years. I could assume that more than 100 gigabytes of data, which is going to be stay in the cloud. With all this data, like the biggest question, like who are going to be benefit with this data? Who are the people who can bring all the data into your systems to play around it and then bring the best out of the personalizations, right? So the data integration is always complex and vital from a customer-centric perspective. And I always see is that 36% of IT that are spending building solutions or designing their data solutions or testing the custom integrations, which is more vast kind of a process, because you need to look at your integration times, your maintenance cost, your security compliance, your technical expertise. You have to bring all together with all these kind of a concepts. The data which comes with the companies, so always as a company, I always feel that I have a data sitting in different applications, but I would love to bring the data into it, and then I would love to create a personalized experience for every customer that delivers right and fast. You don't believe that every company, the average company has 976 traditional applications which has been running on this different kind of concepts. And from an experience perspective, 62% of the customer experts companies to anticipate their needs to deliver their personalized experience faster. In order to overcome all this, Salesforce come up with an innovative solution. It's one of the best innovative so far. Amazing solution, Data Cloud, which is you can connect all your data points, your first party data, second party, third party data, and you can harmonize the data into one single source of record, and you can design your unified record, and then you could activate that data using your predictions. You can use your AI. You could just design with complete customer interface personalization kind of matters. With this Data Cloud, I've been already using Data Cloud for many of the customers, so I've seen a lot of productivity in terms of bringing the personalized record from a marketer's perspective, from analytics perspective, where we are saving more than 2 to 3 hours of each and every hour. It's a minute for us. So we are saving more than 2 hours of time for each and every employee on a weekly basis. That's how the powerful of data cloud that brings together. And if you look at our Salesforce platform, we started with our old very fashion model of force.com, and after that we build our automations using flows, and then we design our AI using Einstein predictions, and then now it's a data cloud. So if you don't believe that, we have almost like 230 billions of AI predictions which is running on daily on Salesforce platform. This is massive. Exactly, this is so massive. In order to bring our traditional system of record, this is our native customer 360, which is going to be sit on Hyperforce. And after that, our transactional database is just sit near to the Hyperforce, because the Hyperforce is a public scale platform that we are giving a modern application interface for all the customers. And with the transactional database, we have accounts, contacts, opportunities, everything which is sits near to that. On top of which we have an Einstein AI, which we could build predictions using our own standard objects, and then we could use our automations to build our flows. The biggest question: where does data cloud sits? How does data cloud really sits with our traditional Salesforce platform? Our data cloud sits beside the transactional database, which is our data cloud. If you look at, when you open a data cloud screens, and also it's completely a lighting interface. It is completely designed using our metadata, core metadata APIs. On top of, we will use a data cloud data model to build Einstein. We could use PubSub APIs. We could use our, the event system, event streams, and everything to build our real-time Einstein predictions. And on top, we can use our automations to, call the, public PubSub APIs to or streaming events, anything that we can connect using data cloud data model, and then we could be able to deliver the customer 360 experiences to the customers. But the biggest question people ask is like, so how complete data cloud works? It's a complete pure magic which can, bring all the data sources together. If you look at the data sources, CRM data, first party data, and we have flexibility to connect third party cloud storages like AWS, Google Cloud, and we could connect any other devices using APIs, SDKs. The ready-made SDK is available for connecting websites, mobile apps, and then you can connect your MuleSoft. And now we have a new connector called SFTP connector, which you could connect SFTP and bring the data into data cloud, where we have different kind of batch and streaming ingestion processes, where we can connect the data and we could model the data. We could harmonize the data using different models of DMOs, and we could design our single source of truth using different concept of your identity resolutions. We have segmentations. We have a beautiful calculated insights, which could bring a lot of insights from the customer centric, and then we could use this data to send analytics and insights stream from, because the data cloud is closely connected with Tableau. We have Tableau connector, which can closely bring all this data formalization back to Tableau, and then we can bring a lot of potential analytics. We could build a lot of potential graphs as well. And at the same time, we could use a data model of data cloud inside the flows. You could activate this data cloud data directly to marketing cloud, and you could leverage a concept of data share and data space to connect with third party systems as well, which we can talk about in the later slides. Believe me, when I'm working with data cloud solutions nowadays, it's like a magic for me, because I can see a plenty of data which has been flowing on. Been working on a customer called one of the automobile customer, which they have plenty of data sitting in different applications, and where we brought the data from different applications of 11.6 billion to 4.1 billion unique customer profiles after the harmonization that what we're doing for every single day. If you know your customer by connecting all this customers data at a scale, which will definitely increase your revenue of interest from a company standpoint. At the same time, it brings your data you using different connectors, and then you could create your zero copy data policies from Snowflake, and then you could send the same data back to Snowflake as well. So with this, if you look at a small example where this is one of the NTO website, where a person can go and then purchase all this footwear items or nutrition products or electronics. So this website has been integrated tightly with our data cloud solutions, and we brought all this data from NTO using different data streams here. So you could bring all the data streams. We design a lot of segments, a lot of activations. So at the same time, you could see we have an option that we can connect tightly with the data cloud using multiple connectors of marketing cloud, Salesforce CRM, loyalty cloud, commerce cloud, ingestion APIs, website, mobiles, so whatnot. We can connect multiple systems. We can connect on-prem applications using MuleSoft, using ingestion API. And at the same time, you could see how the data stream of web engagement, the website that we integrated tightly, where you pull the data from into a website, and then you could see the number of records here, and you can see the data mapping, which is pure point and click. You don't require any developer to do this, all this. You required a data aware specialist to perform all this data modeling, and you could design the perfect unified record, which contains, this is very simple, like, drag and drop kind of an operation. And then once you design your data model, so you have a graphical representation of how you could see your data, connecting your individual table to multiple DMO tables, which is like your data model tables. Your individual is connecting you to your device data, your messaging data, your email data, your contact point data, your app data, everywhere. That's what we're calling as unique individual record of data cloud. At the same time, you have a single click. You can download the Tableau data source files, which you can leverage using your Tableau. And with a single click, you can be able to integrate this data with Tableau as well for more analytics. And you could see how the relation, that how the producing of our identity, where it comes from, using our identity resolution rule sets. We have matching rules, we have reconciliation rules. Using these rules, pure plug and play, point and click kind of functionalities, and you could design all your unified profiles with 22 millions to 63 millions to your 22 millions of records. That's massive, right? That's so massive. You can see the power of data cloud to bring all this information from 63 millions to your 22 million record, which can brings a real potential growth for your business, which can brings your real match source profiles, your known profiles, which can you identify, and then you can put them into the journeys of marketers. Now you identify the data, you got your unified data, then what next? You have to personalize and target them through marketing cloud. We have a direct connector to marketing cloud to bring, to pull all this data, or you to push all this data to marketing cloud, and then you could be able to increase the faster segmentations. You could increase the personalization from a customer standpoint. You could design your intelligent segmentations, your real-time activations. And we'd love to talk about one use case here. Everyone likes Formula One, right? So the Formula One is something that, so you have I'm a big Formula One fan base. So this is going to be happening in Singapore in the next month. So if you look at how Formula One creates a personalized fan base experience from a data cloud perspective. So it's a 1-minute video. Let me close this. So if you see, right, how Formula One, brings fans to the podium, and then that brings a lot of personalized experience with the data cloud. And if you look at the Formula One data cloud interface look like, you can see the data streams, you could see the segments, activations, transformations, and all this unified profile records. So that's where the massive things will come from an enterprise company standpoint. Not only with this, we have Tableau, where you can connect data cloud to Tableau, which can bring a lot of insights from the customer data. And if you look at, it could, as I said, we have a connector which can connect from data cloud to Tableau to bring all this data cloud data of unified data, and you could create a lot of categories and segmentations. And at the same time, you could design your campaigns using different segmentations. You could see the analysis measures, and you could see the category of quarterly category values and everything, whatnot. I mean, you could bring plenty of analytics as well inside your Tableau. The same thing, not only for Tableau, Data Cloud is open and extensible. So Data Cloud is closely working a lot of partners with AWS and Snowflake. So we have our bring your own AI AWS SageMaker, and we have our open data access using Snowflake. So the concept of data share and data space in Data Cloud, there are two concepts called data space. Using your own data space, you could see how you could bring the own, how you could bring the data model, your own AI model inside the AWS SageMaker, and then you could see how we could deploy this AWS AI model back to Salesforce Data Cloud. So if you look at AWS SageMaker, so you have an option that you can create a data share. What kind of objects you would love to send the model back to AWS SageMaker, and then you could be able to design the model in AWS and then deploy the model back to Data Cloud using a concept of data share. You could see here, I've created data share, which contains the drawing properties of individual data, web engagement, contact point, and then I'm importing the data from Data Cloud into our Amazon SageMaker, and you could see Data Cloud, how we are trying to import with all these details. And then once the model is ready inside AWS SageMaker, then I'm going to deploy that model back to Salesforce Data Cloud and then use this data for our customer personalization from our next level ways. So we are not restricting our solutions to only Salesforce Data Cloud. We are bringing extensive operatable from outside third-party data as well, include AWS. And you could see how we could bring the data from Salesforce Data Cloud using Snowflake. You can see Snowflake using zero data copy policy. And we can directly write the query inside the data cloud of data model of Data Cloud, and then you could bring the results back to Snowflake. And you could, at the same time, you could use a Databricks connector. So we have a Python connector which can connect Data Cloud to bring the data, and you could design the models inside Databricks, and then you could be able to deploy these models back to your Data Cloud as well. So this are huge, extensive things that what we are doing it. The same thing, Flanetics. You can use Data Cloud data model inside Flanetics. You could use trigger events, platform events to build and then create a great experience to the sales service customer sitting in CRM as well. And there are some use cases which you could talk, especially in automations, commerce professionals, financial services, manufacturing companies. You could design all these use cases using Flanetics. And you don't believe our entire Trailblazer system, the Trailblazer system is built on Data Cloud. Believe me, this entire system of Trailhead is built on Data Cloud. And you could see the Data Cloud, the Trailblazer experience for me, when I go to Salesforce Plus, you could see they'll provide real-time recommendations for me. I could chat with the real-time chatbots. I could do some sales engagement using Slack. So it's completely built on Data Cloud, our entire Salesforce Trailblazer ecosystem. And the Data Cloud is everywhere. You could see a lot of customers are using Data Cloud from a different product-centric perspective, sales, service, marketing, commerce. And Data Cloud is generally available. You could see Data Cloud Tableau generally available now. And currently, AWS SageMaker is generally available now. And then a couple of data batch streaming transformations, which is on pilot, and Data Cloud Actions in Flow, which is going to be on winter 24. And there are some of the resources which we have built some boot camps last couple of months, and then this is really beneficial for the someone who want to start the Data Cloud career. Data Cloud resources have been very quite flexible. You could just scan this QR code and you can get the complete resources. And thank you. And any questions, I'm happy to help you out.
Thank you, Banindra. It was a very great session. Yeah.
Thank you. So any questions?
As of now, we don't have any questions yet.
Oh, okay, the video is not yet. Okay, all right, I'll share it.
Yeah, but I've shared that in the chat. I hope that will be available in the slide. We should be also sharing the slides as well, right?
I'll just share the link. I have this. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know that the recording is. I thought it's gonna be play, but yeah. I think no questions it seems, so we can move to the next session.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining in. Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and let's catch up next sessions. Thank you. Thanks, Anup, for joining with us, and then make a moderator. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Vanidra. Bye.
Bye.